Devil Dinosaur has rampaged his way into Marvel Rivals with the release of Season 8.0, Sins of Alchemax. As the newest Vanguard, he's ready to gnaw, thrash, and protect his allies on the path to glory. Full disclosure, it was very hard to take him for a stroll in public servers, since everybody was wanting to play the big red dino at launch. However, some strangers were kind enough to let me finally spend my time with Dev, and not give me any grief in the process. Devil Dinosaur is a Vanguard rated at an appropriate 3 stars, as he has a kit that is very easy to understand, but difficult to fully capitalize on. While he has a means to keep the pressure off of his allies, he has to keep inflicting the pressure right back at the enemy team. Dev is a glaringly large target, so avoiding incoming fire is a fruitless endeavor. Nevertheless, he can become a major threat when enemies become afflicted with bleed and/or slow. Let's go over his abilities. Double D's primary fire is Primal Bite, a short-ranged yet vicious bite attack. Upon suffering from a bite, enemies will become afflicted with bleed, causing them to suffer from lingering damage over roughly 8 seconds. Unlike other heroes who typically have a ranged attack as their primary fire and a standard melee attack, Devil Dinosaur gets a special melee attack where he can smack enemies about with his tail. This allows him to easily damage multiple enemies when surrounded or getting flanked.
That's 3!
Though Primal Bite deals high damage at a very slow pace, Frenzied Feast can pick up a bit of the slack. Our prehistoric pal will unleash 5 bites in quick succession, all while converting the damage inflicted into bonus health. And if your target is already afflicted with bleed, you'll do even more damage than usual. Savage Predation allows Dev to dash forward before leaping forward up to an additional 20 meters. Any enemies caught within the shockwave will be afflicted with bleed. However, if a target is already afflicted with bleed, Devil Dino will latch onto them with his teeth before chucking them 10 meters away. Thanks to Moon Girl's powers, Devil Dinosaur has access to this wide special shield called the Buddy Barrier. This shield will block incoming damage for roughly 6 seconds, or when enough damage has been dealt with. It also gives you plenty of room for the entire team to gather around you. Impact Beam is the only ranged attack in Devil Dinosaur's kit, and it is capable of inflicting bleed on targets while also slowing their movement speed. It can even cause airborne enemies to drop to the ground, making them easier targets for your allies. Unfortunately, the beam can only reach a distance of 15 meters, and it is very limited in its usage, so you can't rely on this attack too often. Devil Beast Rampage can quickly send the opposing team into a panic, as Double D causes massive shockwaves with every step he takes. Those caught in the radius will slightly launch into the air, disrupting their movement while potentially making it harder to aim and shoot. Combine this with Devil Dino's Primal Bite and Tail attack, and you can aggressively seize back control over convoys and control points. Devil Dinosaur is an anchor for Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. When both players confirm the input, Punisher can mount Devil Dino as a means to mitigate damage. As a bonus, some of the healing he receives will also be shared with the Punisher, making the two a formidable, near unstoppable duo.
I'm good to go. Come on, Devil, let's ride! Judge! Jury! Extra!
With ferocious chomps and devastating stomps, Devil Dinosaur has proven to be an excellent disruptor in domination games and an excellent tank in convoy matches. Are you ready to claim total control, or are you planning to bulldoze and guard the payload with a rampaging Rex? Let us know down in the comments, and for more Season 8 of Marvel Rivals, stay tuned right here at IGN.